Everybody, welcome back to the Drunk Pokeroos channel. I have a special treat for you today. Today, February 1st, is International Gruit Day. You might look at me and say, Drunk Pokeroo, what is a gruit? Well, a gruit is an ancient style of beer. They're brewed using various herbs and spices before the advent of and widespread use of hops. It fell into disuse in the 16th century and was revived in the mid-90s by various craft brewers here in North America and over in Europe. In 2013, many of these craft brewers got together and decided to celebrate the history and techniques used in ancient brews, and in doing so, decided to celebrate International Gruit Day. Today I have, from Van Leek, Ontario, near Ottawa, Beau is one of my favorite breweries. They make some absolutely wonderful beers. We'll probably see a lot more of them as the year goes on. One of the nice things about getting into exploring these different styles of beer, and it's kind of why I wanted to talk to you guys today about something like International Gruit Day, because it's outside of your normal boundary. It's not an ale. Well, it's an ale, but it's not your regular ale. It's not a lager. It's not a pilsner. It's not a stout. It's not those styles you're used to getting when you go into the LCBO or the beer store. And I think that's really important. It is important to look back on what we used to making it, and can we make it now and make it better and make it more fun? You know? So let's get into it and we'll talk about it. Well, now, let's get into this here. It's beautiful. Lots of carbonation in there. Give it a sniff. It's got a bit of an herb smell to it. A little bit of fruitiness. And I want to say a touch of malt. I can almost get some malt out of that. That is different. That is very, very different. I mean, it's a beer. You know, it's a fruited, spiced beer. Ooh, it's a little spicy on the back. It's got a little bit of kick in the back end, which is really nice. Not what your everyday beer is like. It's definitely got a very nice malt body, and that malt sweetness, a bit of a fullness to it. It's a very filling beer. It's 6.6% alcohol, so it's a little bit above a regular drinking lager. It's not quite an afternoon sipper like an imperial stout or something along those lines. It's definitely a beer you can enjoy the 600 ml bottle from Beau's at. We'll get into that in a minute. But the beer itself is quite lovely. Getting like a berry flavor, which is kind of nice, actually. It's very refreshing for a beer. It's very dry at the back, and definitely is not average. It's above average. It's actually really quite nice. I've gone back over my Untapped and looked up some of the other Gruits I've tried over the last 2 years, and for the most part, I've rated most of them relatively above average, 3 to 3.5 out of 5. Nothing that I raved about, because to be honest with you, spiced fruited beers are not my thing. This one was one of the ones that helped to sort of turn that corner on that style of beer, and usually that's what happens is I try styles and I'll work my way through a whole bunch of different ones, and then eventually I find that one beer that kind of brings together all the flavors that style is known for, and it pushes me to understand it better. You know, Mill Street's Vanilla Porter was one that really got me into the porters and stouts. I know they're not craft beer anymore, and that's a whole other discussion for another day, but it's a nice beer, so I'll keep buying it. But when it comes to stuff like this, when you get it, you're not getting your average beer flavor. And I think I keep coming back to that. It's something different. There's a bit of an alcohol kick now that it's warming up a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of clove, which if you read the blog, is my enemy from time to time. I struggle with clove. Never understood why it's a flavor in my beer, but it works in this beer because of the fruitiness, because of the herbs, because of the, the bog myrtle. It definitely works. It's fantastic. I mean, again, it's not my favorite style, but I'll buy it and celebrate International Gruit Day with you every year. So now you know. Next year, at the end of January, find yourself a Gruit. We'll celebrate the 4th annual International Gruit Day next year. Sounds like a plan. Now, before we finish up today, I just want to talk a little bit about Beau's. They have very distinctive bottles. It's hard to see. They have a tractor on them. They're 600 ml. Now, the thing with Beau's is that they are not cheap. When you buy I usually get the 4-pack, the taster packs. The last one for the winter there, the seasonals, that had the Saison in it and some of the other beers like that. It was $24. So $6 a beer. Now you're getting 600 milliliters of beer, which is good. And you're getting 600 milliliters of all natural, well-made, and imaginative beer. And I think that's why I like Beau's so much, because they're not afraid to step outside what you would consider the comfort zone of beer. Your lagers, your ales, your stouts, and your porters. And again, they step into Saisons, and they step into Gruits, and they put flavors together. You see that from craft brewers all the time. You see the big boys try and do it, and they fail most of the time because their hearts aren't in it. Okay, they want to just sell us Canadian Coors Light and the lifestyle that supposedly goes with it. I've seen the lifestyle that goes with it. It's not fun. This is fun. This kind of beer is the kind of beer you can sit around and talk to your buddies, enjoy the game, and just enjoy your life. And that's why I like Beau's, because I'll always try them, and I don't mind paying a little extra because I know I'm getting quality ingredients. I'm getting quality beer. I may not always like it. I may not always rate it highly. That's my personal opinion. My personal opinion of the brewery and the brewmaster and all the people that, put their time and effort into these beers, that always is a 5 out of 5 for all of these craft brewers, because I know, and as I've traveled now, I went to the Burlington Beer Festival this weekend. I'm a shy person by nature, so I have a hard time talking to people, but I tried to open up and talk to some of them. They're very welcoming people, the people that work for the breweries for the most part. They want to talk to you about their beer. They like to hear things about their beer. So I encourage you, go to a beer festival. I'm going to keep doing it. I really enjoyed myself. It was a lot of fun. But, good people drink good beer. Good people make good beer. That's the way I see it. So, let's keep supporting people like Beau's, and let's support people like, Nickelbrook and Collective Arts and Great Lakes. There's so many of them, so many that I love, and then I have to get out and visit. And there's just so many beers that I want to try. And I was like a kid in a candy store on Saturday. I didn't know what to do. I know I couldn't drink them all because it's too many, and I don't do that anymore. But my goodness, I think I had about 6, and every one of them was the best beer I'd had that night. So that's how much fun that was. So I encourage you to please hit up some beer festivals this year. Maybe we can hang out and have a beer and talk about our beer. I do like to talk about my beer. As for International Gruit Day, I'm sorry if you've missed it. I'll give you more warning next time. That's my bad. I apologize. That's the thing, too, and that's why my videos might go a little long sometimes, because I really want to see what happens as I drink the beer and as it warms up. To me, that's the test of a beer, is how it changes. Sit down and pour yourself a Coors Light if that's your style. Warm up a little bit. You're not going to like what you get. Those beers are meant to be drunk ice cold, so they just flow past your taste buds, down your throat, and get you drunk. This changes. It's becoming more subtle. The spiciness is starting to pick up a little bit. I'm starting to get an all-over mouth spice out of it, which is very, very intriguing. I definitely give that a 3.75 out of 5, bordering into 4 territory, because it's very filling. It's very sweet too as it warms. It's really, the sweetness is coming out. I kind of like that. Man, I'll tell you, we're really hoping to get out to see Beau's All Natural Brewery this summer. They've got a brew pub there. I've heard the food is wonderful. I'd like to get some of this beer right from the source. We talked about fresh beer with the growler the other day from Nickelbrook. Yeah, we pay the extra money. Get yourself some Beaus. Try the Lug Tread Lager. They're classic beer, and then look for their little experimental beers that come out as the seasons change. Beaus changes with them. So that's all for me today. I'll see you tomorrow. I think I've got some interesting beers lined up for tomorrow. I've been aging a beer for well over a year, so I think we're going to give that one a go. It is, I don't know who decides these things, but it's fantastic. Today's Gruit Day. February is International Stout Month, which is great if you're me and you love stouts. So we'll get into an Imperial Stout tomorrow from a local brewery, close to home anyways, and we'll talk about aging your beer. But until then, happy National Gruit Day. Cheers. That's good.